Всем здравствуйте. В общем, история следующая. Выделять как-то много времени на стримы на выходных не получается, поэтому будут периодически стримы запускаться. Не так долго, но тем не менее чаще. Надеюсь. В общем, как-то так.
Master, I'd not leave this unread.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead and step.
I'm sure there's a very good reason for this deal. Detour. We must respect our master's wishes.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this time of day.
The sun may have fallen, but the day is far from over.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Shall we get underway? I heard a rumour that this land was once a kingdom of beastrons.
Fascinating.
Quite, though no definitive records remain.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure. I'm in a predicament.
We have reached our destination.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
I suppose all we can do is wait.
Sure why I patrol it, if I'm honest. Want some in a real battle? Oh, my kids can barely lift their swords. Thankless job, this.
Dull days for us are a sign of my sword arm could use some work.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I simply feared that if I spoke the truth, but that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to... I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels. Use that opportunity...
Sven, where have you been, Your Grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. A stroll might clear my head.
Prithee, inform us,
I've been on my knees all day. My legs never should. I always draw a short straw.
Might look to partner up with someone else.
Would that I could always would that such peace.
Oh, good. You return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
It would appear you've found evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds. Now to report to Captain Bront. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
What a racket. Some might find too tedious. What a waste of time.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
It seems we were right to suspect the Queen Regent. We ought to keep an eye on her in the days to come.
This is beyond me, I'm afraid.
Phases. Now there's a name to remember.
Could you come over here?
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
Well met, sir. Could use a dash of something.
Always another errand to see to.
Whatever am I to do?
Can't work as late as I used to anymore.
We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this eventually.
Ah, how I've longed to embrace my bedroll.
Our adventure continues.
Off we go then.
Ready to forge on?
Why is this not selling? I just know it is a fun thing.
It's a good time, this place. Got to sweep and dust before I think of supper.
Trade favors patient eyes.
Not a care in the world, just as it should be.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort. But commensurate to their cost.
This ox cart's bound for the check. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Anyone gives me trouble, they'll taste steel.
This ox cart will not take you anywhere till I've had my due. When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
Tis a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
We must each of us hone our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it. I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this. You're served. Do try not to catch cold.
You'll not live to regret this.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Not a bad idea.
Enough!
That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive.
Would you care to behold a forgotten rift stone, as yet undiscovered in this world? Then follow me. It isn't far. Ah, yes. Give me a moment to recall the way. Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
I suppose we ought to make for our destination.
We've arrived, I see. That's a relief. Right, just follow me.
To the chest. I shall take a look inside.
Cannot be too careful.
The beast can scarce stand. A well-placed strike ought to send it gazing skyward.
A moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this. Not good enough.
It is a foe worthy of caution. Let's take our best.
No quarrel here.
Was most effective. Have naught to fear. I'll protect you. This spell will empower you with elemental magic.
Curative ultimate.
Lines magics. Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
Could you come over here?
There, Master! Straight!
Fire won't do much good here. Best to try an different attack.
This should help. The fire must be put out ere our comrade burns.
Oh no! Sir Arisen! Thank heavens you've come. Saurians have claimed the village yet again. If you can, just when almost all of the villagers had arrived as well.
Oi! What are you doing, standing about when there's work?
Jonas! This is the good sir I spoke of. The one who called the Saurians for us.
Is that right? Then I expect you to aid us with this mess, stranger. You did it once afore, eh?
Oh, my apologies for the chief's temperament. Yet he speaks truly. We have need of your strength. Pray, cull the beasts as you did before, sir. I dare say you are the only one upon whom we can depend.
These Saurians are a stubborn lot. What say we make them think twice about settling in again?
One cannot be too careful. Magics are at your disposal!
Saurians are well and truly cold. I expect so.
The Saurians are no more, I see. That's twice you've come to our rescue now. You're more than a friend to Harv Village, Sir Arisen. You are a hero. Truly, we cannot...
Here he is! I found our troublemaker!
Jonas! What is the meaning of this?
This blasted beastren went and ventured into Stormwind Cave! How many times have we said none are to tread there? But he just had to poke his nose where it didn't belong. There can be no doubt he's the one who incited the Saurians' attack.
Forgive me. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Trust a beastren to muck things up.
Jonas! Surely there's no need for such talk.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Seems to me beastrens go causing problems, and we humans are lumped with the job of cleaning up after them.
Jonas, please! You're being ridiculous.
There!
I do apologize. 'Twould seem things have turned rather uncomfortable. But we mustn't let this sour your triumph. You came to our aid when we needed it most, and for that, you have our gratitude, Sir Arisen. I do hope you shall visit us again anon.
A ruder fellow I never met. The village's troubles are far from done, if you ask me.
Well, how might I be of service?
My fur stands on end.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
I'm sure there's a very good reason for this detour. We must respect our master's wishes.
May tomorrow be as uneventful as today.
Bit blank. Not much going on. Tis quiet about. It sets my thoughts down dark paths.
All this work. So painful.
There's all watching me. Swearing.
Nary a tale to be had. I always fear the sea will swallow me off the quiet.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
А мясо-то реально гнилое с виду.
What say we get some rest? I'm not sure I could face a trek with my belly so full.
While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way.
I'll gather this. It might be of use. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim goes to waste.
Well done! This Oxguard was beset by assailants it could not shake. And this is the result.
Be on your guard, lest we meet a similar fate.
We need not shrink from danger. We've the strength to prevail over anything.
It isn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp.
'Tis well to be prepared, but over-preparation will serve us not.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
I've got you. Use this chance to recover.
I see our goal has changed. I would not presume to direct our course, but do let me know if you require a guide.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this, eventually.
Let the elements empower your strikes.
Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk. Tis just another day, same as politics this morning. Right,
Why, you there. Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern.
Interested in my wares? Pleasure doing business with you.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Welcome to Pure, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, many thanks. I appreciate the business.
How might I be of service?
Come take a look. You'll be glad you did. Do come again. Fancy a look at my wares? Are you in the market for something in particular? Always a pleasure.
As I recall, we have another matter to attend to in this domain.
Shall we head there now? It would save us having to make the trip again.
Lots to do, and precious
Times
little
are
time.
hard, and barely scraping by.
Lots to be taken care of before the day's done. Times are hard, and barely scraping by.
I swear I've not blinked once in the last hour.
Living's hard, but dreams
Lots
are
to do,
free, I say.
and precious little time.
I could almost nod off where I stand.
Now,
Where was I bound again?
I'm sure I can handle this.
tis nice to see everyone out and about.
Each new day is a chance to turn a profit. Where was I bound again? Living's hard, but dreams are free, I say.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
The hours seem to fly when I'm here.
The world could use
Time to
more
be
places
heading
like
home.
this. The hours seem to fly when I'm here. Mayhap I'll seek out a town I've yet to visit.
I'm ready for patrol.
Oh, would that I could spend all day here.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. A hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still. And our hero was all alone, for every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed.
Сейчас почитаю, как с этим нищим бороться, как за ним следить. Вообще непонятно пока что.
Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, Needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone, for every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
He's busy out today.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Что-то геморройный квест какой-то с этим нищим.
Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale.
Ладно, попробуем.
Listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky.
Go on, have a look.
No,
I'll
no,
gladly
town.
stay a while.
Places such as this nourish the spirit.
Always another errand to see to.
Should I get up to today?
И куда он ушел? Так, стоять.
Time to be heading home.
Oh, good to see everyone. It's just another day.
Here, if you please.
like it here.
I'm at the end of my rope.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Can't remember the last time my pockets jingled.
Так, в гайде написано, нужно слушать, как кто-то расхваливает свою жену. Давайте слушать.
Now to light. It's been a hard day. Hang about. Someone will buy alt. Pretty kind to me.
Someone else. I mustn't falter.
I'll go and open the chest.
My bed quarters. Barely drag my arse sharp bed.
This is my sort of place. The more the merrier.
Say, have I seen you?
What am I supposed to do? At least I have my life. That's something. Suppose I'd best get to work.
Only fools walk into peril unprepared. I'm off.
My bed quarters.
Go on.
The hour's grown late. Hilda's going to have my hide.
Угу, а побежал старичок куда-то. Пойдем проследим.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether it will be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.
What should I do?
Life's been pretty kind to me.
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
Так, теперь нам нужно ждать. Так мы пропустили, что у Уолтера должны слышать, как кто-то расхваливает свою жену. Мы этого не слышали. Ну ладно. Дом Милдред, это он? Нет. Ладно. Значит, постойте некоторое время около нее, потом услышите реплику Альберта о том, что запертое жилище достаточная мера. Если он сказал, то все идет по плану. Хорошо, нужно подождать. А потом она ставит дверь открытой, позволите отойти подальше, бегайте внутрь и найдите дальний угол дома, и там найдете одеяние нищего. Ага. То есть, можно... Ага, то есть нужно быстро залутаться и пойти за ним. Так, как бы его не пропустить? С одной стороны, его нужно отпустить, чтобы он, видимо, не спалил, а с другой стороны, нужно пойти за ним. Ага, ладно. Попробуем забрать вещи и пойти за ним. Если что, надо ждать. Так что ждем. Так, ладно. Одежду нищего мы взяли. Теперь ее куда-то надо доставить. Ну-ка, куда нам предлагают? Либо таверну Уолтера, либо поместье Балдуина. Ну ладно. Там вроде лучше в поместье, тогда в поместье отнесем.
It was a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Oh, did it pertain to the Queen Regent and an important personage, perchance?
Aye. Telly's, her ties to this figure from the neighbouring country have a romantic tint.
Living's hard, but dreams are free.
Well met a crowd. Let's eyes on me.
I do like it here, but it can
В общем, как я понял, этот нищий ведет двойную жизнь. У него есть семья в богатом квартале, а есть вот эта мадама, к которой мы подошли, в бедном. Ну, почему-то у нас с ней диалога не было. Ну ладно. Отдадим богатый. Потому что я прочитал, что если мы отдадим бедный, их зарежут. Не будем этого делать, сделаем по красоте. А читаю гайды, все равно бы пользовался вашей помощью, если бы подсказывали. Потому что интересно попроходить, посмотреть механику, посмотреть разные возможности. Но судя по некоторым квестам, их невозможно вообще самостоятельно выполнить. Так что буду иногда подглядывать. От драконов убегать. Пока что.
Could you come over here?
Quite the predicament.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Пешка наша вообще не палится.
Off wandering about again, I see. Why are you so adverse to doing honest work?
You would ask the proud sire of House Berkeley to move crates? To scribble in ledgers? Preposterous!
Albert, see sense. That pride of yours has already ruined you once before. Do you mean to let it do so again?
Along me, please. But not without its charms.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir. Have we some business I'm unaware of? You mean to tell me that Albert has been playing the part of a beggar? That man who would sooner starve to death than lift a finger in the pursuit of honest labor? If this is a jest, it is in very poor taste. All the same, I shall test the truth of your accusation, and who better to make it plain for us than Albert himself? I will place these clothes somewhere about the house. If he has aught to hide, his reaction when he finds them will doubtless be very telling. You may visit us again in a few days' time. Fear not. I have no intention of causing a fuss.
Follow me.
Отлично. Задание выполнили. Проведать Хильду через несколько дней. Проведаем. Ладно, сегодня стрим будет короткий. Но миссию выполнили, и от этого хорошо. В следующий раз схватим того, кто за нами следит. Я, похоже, его уже догонял, но не догадался схватить. А того, кто нас преследует по ночам, нужно просто схватить и все узнать. Да, в общем, всем пока.